Santa Barbara. I mean lovely New Victoria. I mean lovely, the hell's this place called again? I can't remember. Queensland? Freaking what's it called? New England? No. What's it freaking called? I can't remember. Blackwater, that's a city. This is how it feels to play Red Dead with schizos. But, I still got a gun though, but don't have any bullets. So, I'm just using my binoculars. I'm gonna beat someone to death with them. Let's see. What do I see? Dude, that horse must have killed its owner because there's no one riding on it. And then we have geese. Look closer, there's still geese. But if you look even closer, there's still geese. These geese are just calmly swimming. Shouldn't they be worried? Oh, one just flew away. I knew I was looking at it. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid goose. Yeah, you freaking pussy. Yeah, fly back to God, little pussy. Where are the rest of the geese? Nope, there's only one left now. That's the stupid one. He should have left while he had the chance. Oh, now he's leaving too. I think I got Deadeye. Bam. But I don't have a gun. I guess you can't actually kill people with binoculars in this game, but that would have been pretty cool. Maybe next time, Rockstar. For now, we must continue. And here you see a log, and you know the thing about this log is that it was hand placed by a game designer who worked 27 hours in one day just to put that log there. That's pretty much game design in a nutshell. And then you have some nice textures here. I'm going to inspect every rock very closely. Nope, when you zoom in that close they don't look too pretty, but from here they look okay. And now I'm going to go across the water. Actually no, I'm not, because what am I wearing? This is not proper swimwear. So I gotta put Arthur in a Speedo, but until then I can't, because I can't change my clothes right here, because that'd be very awkward. But where's my hat? Do I still have a hat? I'll put my bandana on at least, because we don't want to catch COVID while we're out in nature. And now I'm just gonna keep walking very slowly and do the boss walk. So he's like, oh shit, am I having an out-of-body experience or something? Why am I remote viewing myself in third person? It's a good question, Arthur. It's a good question. Just keep walking, keep focused, and absolutely nothing or nobody can harm you, Arthur, because you are the embodiment of strength. You may not like it, but this is peak male physical performance right here. Now I'm going to go back in first person because Arthur's had enough of the peyote today. And we're going to keep moving. And now we're going to steal this freaking wagon, because I'm tired of freaking walking. And I forget how to call my horse, because, yep, you guessed it, I'm a schizo. And now, he's going a little faster. Let's see if I can catch up to him. I'm going to put the binoculars away here. And we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep moving towards him at a faster speed. And he's going to keep going slightly faster, so I'm not going to be able to catch up to him. I'm almost there. Come on, I almost got you. Almost got you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Sheesh. Well, almost there. Come on. Maybe eventually I'll catch up to him. Come on. Let me get in. Let me get in the cart. No, they still won't let me in. No, now I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Gotta hijack it. Lenny! Come back, Lenny! Ah! My leg! Ah! 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 Oh, shit. I'm running out of gas. I'm running out of gas. Good thing I don't need gas, because I got horsepower. Horsepower. More power. What about John Marston? You can't turn me in. What do you mean this ain't just? Got a criminal. I ain't no criminal. I ain't do shit. I ain't robbed nobody. You're trash. Oh, come on. Oh, good grief. Why can't I catch this motherfucker? Damn it. Fuck him. I'm gonna go the other way. And I'm gonna go over where that big bridge is. Cause that big bridge, you know what they got underneath that bridge? They got a troll. They got a troll living underneath that bridge. And I'm gonna go find him. And when I'm the first in Red Dead, I mean whatever, what the fuck's Red Dead? I don't know, but I'm gonna eat this grass anyway. Now I'm gonna find me. Oh, there's a bird. I'm gonna catch that bird. I'm gonna jump up and catch it. I'm gonna jump up and catch it. Oh, I almost got it. Now a deer, I'm gonna hunt down that deer. I'm gonna chase that deer down, rip it limb for limb. Limb from Lily. Oh man, I still haven't found Lily. So I left the bar that night, I didn't find him, and I just kept walking, and I kept drinking, and I kept drinking, and I kept drinking till I died of alcohol poisoning. Now I'm in hell. Shit. Fucking got time to drink my own piss. I just drank it, but you can't see it, because they censor things out. Because I'm the real Arthur Morgan. The real McCaw. Slim McCaw. That's my real nickname, Slim McCaw. And I'm gonna stop running for a second, start remote viewing myself again in third person. Shit. So this is what I really look like, huh? Better take my mask off because I'm suffocating myself. But I like the punishment. So now I'm gonna walk slowly again, and I'm gonna go drink out of the water. Cause I'm parched. Parched with a P. I think it's a P at least. I can't spell because I never went to school. But I'm still pretty smart for not going to school. Cause that's video game logic. Oh shit. Now I'm really peeing. You thought I really drank my own piss, didn't you? Now I'm really peeing. Really peeing. Oh, the water's getting warmer. It's getting so warm. So warm, now I'm drinking some of it. I can't remember. Can you go in the water? Shit, I don't know. But I ain't trying. Oh, there's a bird. I'm gonna catch the bird again. Damn, almost caught it. Wait, there's some flower there. It's a mysterious purple flower that's somehow growing out of this beach. How the hell does this purple flower grow out of this beach? I have no fucking clue, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Tastes good to me. Yeah. Yeah, that Murdoch. Yeah, sweet, sweet Rupert Murdoch. Tastes good to me. And I'm gonna take the other one. I'm gonna take it home because I don't want to get too drunk on plants tonight. Now I forget why I came over here. It must have been just to find that plant. But I need to get on top of that bridge and jump right off of it. Because there's only one person watching my fucking shit. But it don't matter. It don't matter how many people watch. Because I don't know what the fuck that means. Because I'm a fucking cowboy. And we can't watch nothing but the sunrise and the sunfall. And these freaking animals running around thinking they own the place. And shitting everywhere they damn well please. Well, guess what? I shit wherever I damn well please, because I'm Arthur Morgan. And you know what Arthur means? It means you write books. It means you write books. And what did I write? I write the book of life. Because I'm living my life. And I'm running across these train tracks waiting for the train to run me over. And when the train doesn't run me over, I'm going to jump right off that bridge. I'm going to jump right off that bridge if this train doesn't run me over. So which one's it going to be? The train? Or the bridge? The train or the bridge or that bird? That bird said he can fly. So I believe I can fly. But I think I'm gonna die if I jump on there. So I'm gonna jump in the water. Because that should kill me. But if it doesn't, at least I land in water. And that's suicide logic. Welcome to my TED Talk. But what the fuck's a TED Talk? I don't know what a TED Talk is. I'm just a cowboy with a bird. With a bird on a plane. Well, I don't even know what a... Oh, shit, I mean to jump off of there. Ah, fuck. Well, try again next life, Arthur. Phew. Well. And that's how an autistic person plays Red Dead. And by Red Dead, I mean living another life. Oh, now the rebirth is happening. Because Arthur is secretly Jesus. And he just came back right after he died. How about that? Isn't that something? But I digress. So now, I got my knife. I got my knife. And now I'm a wee bit Irish. Because Arthur came back with an Irish accent. No, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, oregano? I put it on me pizza. Except they didn't invent pizza yet. What's a pizza? I don't know. But I'm gonna keep going anyway. And wait, I got me oregano. It looks like the other flower. Shit. Who the fuck? Oh, it's just another plant. Just another plant. But I'm gonna examine this herb. I'm gonna pick it up and examine it and put it in my book. Because I like drawing. It's a yarrow. But it's not yellow, it's red. It's red. Why didn't they call it a railrow? A red row, row. Shit. Now I'm gonna eat some more of this red row, whatever the fuck it is. I almost puked in my mouth. And shit's disgusting. Oh, I've been eating plants for 3 fucking days. So I can't find my way back to camp. I lost my horse. And this is a real hardcore version. This is really hardcore. I'm drinking my own piss. I'm eating flowers. And I'm surviving. I'm surviving, not dying. That's all that matters is survival. Survival of the fittest, like that guy said in that book. But I don't really read that many books because I can't read. I'm completely illiterate. I didn't go to school. Not even for a day. There's a stranger. Where is he? Where is this stranger at? Where the fuck is he? Who the fuck is that guy? Huh? Hey, you motherfucker. What the hell you want? I got my knife out, motherfucker. Oh, he's Spanish. He's Spanish. You know what we do with the Spaniards? I don't even know what a Spaniard is. I'm Irish. We don't have Spaniards in my country. Well, there seems to be a problem. Oh, alright. Ain't got no time.
I'm sure you will have heard of me. Maximo Cristobal Valdespino, the renowned explorer.
Can't say I have.
There has been much written about me. I once had high tea with the Viceroy of India. I helped liberate South America. I climbed mountains and swam across seas. I have had many women.
Doesn't look like it. You're ugly as shit.
3 months hunting treasure on the American frontier. Beautiful country. Reminds me a lot of
Beautiful morning.
But tomorrow I set sail for the island of Shikoku in the Japanese
Shikoku.
archipelago. In
Japanese
search of the
archipelago.
legendary
Lot of big words. Make me sound a lot smarter. Tokushima, Tokugawa.
hold on.
Sayonara.
It was me by the Jackal gang. They robbed banks all the way from here to California.
California. So how come there's New Austin, which is a ripoff of Texas, and then there's like Blackwater, all these fake cities, and they have California? Why did they at least come up for a different name for California that sounded like the original but different? Like it makes no sense. There's no consistency in this world. There's no consistency in this world. That's why, you know, I'm looking at Red Dead more and more, and it's still such a great game. It's an amazing game. It's a 10 out of 10 game, no matter how you slice it, but there's so much inconsistency in the world. Like, the lore, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. It doesn't even make sense for this game to be called Red Dead Redemption 2, really, because the first one came before it. You know, so it's just confusing. And this is a prequel. It doesn't make any sense. And I'll buy your fucking map for $10. Just shut the fuck up.
A very wise invention. I wish you the best of luck.
But if they do make another Red Dead game, though, honestly, I would really like to see it set in California. Except they probably won't call it California. They'll make up some other name for it. They'll be like, I thought you called it California the last time. You know, but who the hell knows? You know, because they love setting games in California, and we all know that. And it would actually be a good setting, because then you have sort of like a Hell on Wheels vibe. If you ever watched Hell on Wheels. And basically Hell on Wheels is about the Transcontinental Railroad and the Union Pacific Railroad coming together. And and you know they meet in California, and then there's a gold rush out there, and so that's another side arc they could have is you know, gold and everything, and like you actually pan for gold, and that'd be a cool mini game, you know, panning for gold and, you know, prospecting, mining, and everything like that. And then you would have a big Asian population as well, which is very interesting because I can't think of one Asian character. I think in the first game, no, there's an Asian character somewhere in one of these games. I think it was in the first game actually, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, there's not many Asian characters, so if they made a Red Dead Redemption 3, which they probably shouldn't even call it that, because it won't even be connected to this game very much. It'll be a loose connection, if anything. But, if there is another game, I think California would be a cool setting. But this is not California. And one of the coolest things about this game, though, I really like doing, is, going up to the campfires and talking to people, and I mean, just everywhere in this game there's something to look at. The world is so beautiful. It's incredibly beautiful. And, you know, it's sad we'll probably never get a more important... I mean, we'll probably never get another Red Dead game, honestly, in my opinion, because who knows if we're even going to get GTA 6 at this point, dude. The whole world might freaking end before that happens, and Rockstar is just a soulless shell. They've milked GTA Online completely dry. They barely even gave a shit about Red Dead Online. I guess they could have made money off that too, but I guess they were just, oh, we make enough off GTA Online. And GTA Online really sucks, and it's such a shame. I mean, Red Dead Online sucks. I mean, they both suck in different ways. But how about I just stab you in the face, bro? Oh, fucker. Fucking stab you in the fucking face, you piece of shit, John Wick. Just gave me your money the nice way, you fucker, but you pointed the gun at me first, so you die, friend. But yeah, it's such a shame what Rockstar has become ever since they lost the Benz. Ever since they lost the Benz, now they don't know which direction they're going. They don't know what to do. And GTA 6 just kind of looks like a... I don't know. I mean, that was early footage that we saw in the leak, but... it just looks like it doesn't have much of a soul. Like it looks like there's no real direction. Like originally it was supposed to be Project America, as it was called. It was supposed to be a bunch of different cities. It was supposed to be all over the Western Hemisphere, and I guess you would fly between them or some shit. And but instead, they cut it down to one city, which I guess, you know, less is more sometimes. I mean, they can just focus more on Miami, Vice City, or whatever, and make more interior spaces, but it just seems kind of like more GTA 5, which isn't a bad thing, because GTA 5 is also one of the greatest games of all time. But it's just sad, because I don't think we're really going to get another banger like this. We're not going to get another 10 out of 10 game, because even if GTA 6 has a really great world, and it, you know, picks up where Red Dead Redemption 2 left off in the terms of its world design and its depth, the one thing it's not going to have, I kind of doubt, is like a really great story. Because, I mean, even most GTA games have never been really known for their great story. I mean, probably the best story of any of them was GTA 4. Because it was so different, and it was gritty, it was dark, it was about coming to America, it was a different perspective. And I mean, San Andreas was a great game, mainly because of its world and its, you know, sandbox nature, but I mean, the story wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay, you know. I mean, looking back on it, I mean, it's rose-tinted lenses. I mean, Vice City had a really great story because that was more focused, and it was about, you know, 80s crime drama, you know, based on a bunch of different movies, like, you know, Scarface, Carlito's Way, you know, a bunch of different movies. And so at least it had a real personality, it had an identity. And that's why I wish they really just set GTA 6 back in the 80s. I mean, why the fuck not? I mean, Vice City was so long ago anyway. Just basically remake that game, except make it a lot bigger and better. And that's probably what they really should have done if they were to keep it in one city. But just looks like GTA 5 basically set in Florida. Which, I mean, it's still interesting. There's still some interesting things to explore about it. Like, you know, Florida's a pretty interesting state in this current point in time. It's kind of a state that is you know, fairly divided along partisan lines, except at this point more to the right. They have a very conservative governor. And they'll probably represent that in the game, except they'll probably make him like a cartoon character like GTA usually does, and that's the point. It's satire, it's a parody, but at least that's what I hope they do. I hope they at least put thought into it, but, you know, I'm definitely have my doubts without the bends, without, and I'm just like running around right now because it's just, you know, it's hard to walk and chew gum at the same time. But I manage it. But look how nice this little sunset is here, and that's the best thing about this game. You know, it's all the natural stuff. Like that's fog. You see the fog rolling in, you know, and the fog serves a dual purpose in game design. It hides what's far away, you know, so the draw distance seems better, but it's really not. And then you also make it look beautiful with some God rays and everything, and that's basically the beauty of game design. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors, and that's what Rockstar is really great at. They're experts at smoke and mirrors. And look how realistic the clouds look. I mean, if you just showed me this, I'd be like, that's just a picture of clouds. But no, it's actually a video game. You know, it's a video game, and this is on the PS4, dude. You know, like a shitty PS4, not even a PS4 Pro. You know, so I mean, imagine just put Red Dead 3 on PS5 or PS6 probably by that time. You know, it's like, it's gonna be more real than real. You know, so everyone's gonna be like, fuck reality, I'm in fucking Red Dead 3. You know, and they have virtual reality now because it's built right into the PS6. You know, who the hell knows? But that's just common bull rush. And I can't keep doing that Arthur voice forever. It kills your lungs. I can't imagine what the voice actor went through with Lenny and all that shit. But must have been kind of fun though. But I still think it's really close, but I still think that John Marston was slightly better in the first game. The original Red Dead. I don't even know what to fucking call it, dude. The original Red Dead 2010, whatever the fuck. Because that story was so personal. It was all about John Marston, and it was all about him hunting the gang down, getting his revenge, but also his freedom, because the government told him, if you do all these things, we'll let you go and live at Beecher's Hope. But guess what they didn't do? They always go back on their word. They always go back on their word every time, and that's what happened in the end. And it's still probably the greatest scene, in my opinion, in video game history. Once the end of the main story, at least, it's not the end of the game because he plays Jack, but you know, John tries to deadeye. He tries to deadeye everyone, but it's the point. It's the dying West, so he can't duel them. You know, it's just a bunch of feds with guns and they're all shooting at him. It's like 30 of them. He can't duel 30 of them at once. Even the greatest gunslinger in history couldn't do that. So he died. And that's when the West died. The West died with John. They let you play after the end of the game because they you know, they wanted the game to be a better game, and you want to keep playing after the end. So he plays Jack, and then you hunt down, what's his name, Agent Ross. I don't even remember what his fucking name is, but and probably the coolest stranger quest in all of Red Dead 2010 is the I Know You quest, because it's so mysterious. And it starts out like John just sees this mysterious looking guy, and he goes up to him, and he sees him again and again, and then the last time he's actually right where John's grave is. He's standing right over John's grave, and John doesn't know it, obviously, but that's where John will be buried. And it's like, is that stranger God? Is he the devil? Is he something in between? Is he a time traveler? And the game never explains. It leaves that open to interpretation, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of a true masterpiece, and that's what the original is. It's a true masterpiece. This is a masterpiece too, but it's a masterpiece more because of the world. The story is kind of not focused at all. There's no real focus to the story. It's too long. It's too bloated. There's too many side arcs. You know, it's all over the place. It's more about Dutch, honestly, which I like. Dutch is a very fascinating character. Dutch is a very interesting character, because Dutch just wants more and more money, and Dutch strings everyone along thinking he has some grand plan. But and Arthur starts to realize it, you know, at certain points in the game. He realizes that Dutch doesn't really have a plan, but he's all I know, so they just go along with it anyway. And Dutch leads them all basically until their graves, because it wasn't just a gang, it was really a cult. It was the cult of Dutch. That's really what it was. And because Dutch had a big personality, And let's see, can I call my horse? 'Cause he's out of whistling range. What the hell is this? Oh, I thought it was like some sort of freaking stone in here. It was just an empty fire. But yeah, and I love Dutch. So I mean, Dutch is honestly my favorite character in this game because he's just so charismatic. He's just oozing charisma. And I mean, Arthur has charisma too, but in a different way. I can't even see because it's dark and shit. But I'm just gonna keep walking anyway. But Arthur is more cynical. Arthur's a very cynical person. So Arthur just basically doesn't give a shit, and that's his whole charm, is he just doesn't give a shit. He's just living life, you know. He makes fun of it as he goes along, you know. And but he's a very complex character. He's maybe more complex than John Marston, but in my opinion, John Marston is just executed perfectly. It's just perfect execution in that game, start to finish. The entire story is perfect. There's really very few flaws in it. I mean, nothing's completely perfect, but there's very few flaws in that game. It holds up exceptionally well. That's why I don't want them to remake it. I don't want them to remaster that game. They're just gonna fuck it up anyway. Look what they did with GTA Definitive Edition. Look what they did with GTA Definitive Edition. They fucked that up so terribly that if you look on Steam, there's actually a lot, and I'm about to die, which is probably a good thing, because I kind of want to reset. I'm going to fight him with my knife. I'm going to fight him with my knife. Fight him with my knife, John Wick. Yeah, yeah. At least I got one of them. But yeah. That's basically both games in a nutshell. And now I'll actually try and do something here. If here's my horse. Oh, you know, this is what I like about Let's Playing, though. You know, because I just do this for me. I just do this because it's fun. I go back and I listen to them. I make myself laugh sometimes. You know, and I used to have a big channel. I used to have 1,000 subscribers. I used to get 10,000 views on a video. I used to work with Mr. Matty Plays, who had 200,000 views per video at the time. He was on fire, but now I don't. Those days are over. It all fell apart, so I'm just doing this for fun. And if even one person listens, if I make one person laugh, even if they're probably making fun of me, I haven't read I'll read the comments at some point here, but even if I make one person laugh just once, then at least I'm doing something right, I guess, because that's all that really matters, dude. Because this shit's so rigged. The YouTube game is so rigged. You have all these people. They're basically plants. Here, let me open my map up here. I just hate... I'm stuck in this part of the game because I hate the quests. Like, I really hate these quests. But I'll do it anyway. Like, it's so hard to play this game again, in my opinion. I need the map here. I usually like the compass, so let's go with this, because it's hard to focus. But, oh, there's another stranger over here. I think. But the whole YouTube game is so freaking rigged, because all these people, the YouTubers, they get rich and famous off the backs of other smaller people. And you know, and that's basically what happens, is they steal ideas from people. They're just good at marketing and branding, so they know all the tricks of the trade. They know how to get more views on their videos. And you know, and I know a lot of that stuff too, but the thing is, like, I don't have the energy to pump out, you know, a video a day or anything. You know, it's too time consuming, and there's other things in life. I used to, but not anymore. Let's see who this stranger is. That's the good thing about not playing a game for a long time. I barely remember anything. Well, let me put my gun away and probably didn't like that. Here, let's see what this guy says. Is he black?
Arthur, you familiar with the study of plants, my friend?
Oh, he is. This other bad thing about Red Dead, there's not many black characters in it, even though there was a lot of black people back then.
You see, there are thousands, maybe millions of plants all across this vast country we share.
And that's why in the online I made freaking Django from Django Unchained. Shit, man, I don't even remember this, man. Like, maybe I missed this in the first game. I don't remember, dude. The first time I played, it's been 5 years since I really played this game. Like the first Red Dead game, I played it over and over and over and over. I could pretty much tell you like every part of the story, everything in order, every character, when they appeared and when, and what they said to who. But I couldn't really tell you that about this game because it's too big, it's too bloated. But now I'm stuck. But yeah, it's been a long while since I really got into this game. I mean, when this game first came out, dude, I was in college. I literally drove home from college, and actually I didn't drive home from college. I drove home from a college conference. Oh shit, get away from me, dude. Once in the leg's good enough, because Arthur's not a bad guy in this one. Actually, I can't remember what my karma is, but the first time I played it, I got the good ending. So yeah, so I actually have bad karma in this one. But freaking Micah. Micah is a well done character because you pretty much just hate him. You really hate Micah. And the whole game, it's like, who's the rat? Who's the rat? Who's the rat? And there's actually a couple different rats. One of them is Abigail Marston. She's actually a rat, and Dutch says that at one point. But the game doesn't really focus on her because she's a woman. They didn't want to have you kill a woman, I guess. So they just blame everything on Micah, which Micah does share a lot of the blame. But actually, Abigail shares probably more of the blame. But that's a fun fact. Oh, you don't know me. I'm gonna put my bandana on, bro. Now you don't know me. It's like falling to Vegas. Just put a little piece of clothing on. No one knows who the fuck you are. Oh, I guess it didn't work this time. But you are now dressed as a member of Caesar's Legion. Law searching, but they ain't finding.
Yeah.
Let's go, horsey. Let's go. We're almost running out. We're almost beating the cops. Jumped out the window, then I fled from the cops. Swimming down a waterfall in first person. That was pretty cool. Uh-oh, the horse is getting mad. Big mad. 'Cause he has no energy left. Hey, you ain't doing yet. Oh, here. Phew. Well, guess we're not gonna be able to do that quest. So let's see what else we can do. Definitely not online, because online's a piling heap of shit balls. And, fuck! But, wait, hold on a second. Is this mic all the way up? It is! I'm not talking loud enough. I need to project my voice. But I don't want to annoy everyone else in this house. But I will anyway, because fuck them. Now we're going to go back on foot here. I mean, I think it's really cool to play this game on foot. Imagine if you went across the entire map without using a horse. Do you know how long that would take? Probably a long time. That's how big this world is. I mean, just look how big this world is, bro. It goes all the way down here to Saint Denis, all the way up here to Annisburg and whatever in the mountains. And then you got Blackwater, and then you got the old map, which I don't even know why they really include. They should just cut that out, honestly. I mean, it's for the John Marston part, which is my favorite part of the game, but besides, like, Beecher's Hope, I mean, there's just nothing anywhere. There's nothing anywhere. So they should have just kept Beecher's Hope, just cut the rest out, you know, because they didn't use it. It's so annoying. Like, why didn't they use it for more? They could have they could have filled the whole thing up. They could have basically made it like a remastered version of the first game, except in the second game. But they didn't. Well, I mean, the Beecher's Hope part is great. The epilogue is great. It's one of my favorite parts of the game. It's actually my favorite part of the game, honestly, because I love John Marston that much. At least the first time I played it. Even though it's kind of boring, I'm like, holy shit, it's John Marston. Holy shit, it's John Marston. Holy shit, it's John. That's basically what I did the whole time. And I'm like, this is so great. If I went back and played it again, it's probably kind of boring. So remember, it's just kind of, oh, you're helping the farm, blah, 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 blah. But I really liked it. And they originally were going to include Mexico. You can actually see part of Mexico. There's music for it. There's files for it in the game. But they cut that out at least, which was probably a good move, because there's nothing in the rest of New Austin or whatever the fuck. But I digress. It's like, you know, if I was making the game, I would have... I mean, at least sort of like what they did with Armadillo, because you know, I like the idea of a plague back then, and you know, it makes sense, and that's kind of what happened back then. You know, a sickness came, COVID came, and just wiped everybody out, and it makes sense. But it was also kind of a cop out because they didn't want to have it filled with quest givers and everything. I would have kept Blackwater maybe the way it is, but you know, the other locations that would have been more stranger quests, there would have been, you know, like the ghost town would have been filled. You know, it would have been back to life. And I would have done so much more with it. I would have done so much more with it. Alright, where's Mike at? But it is what it is. Oh shit, I just fell backwards. I just fell over myself. Peed my pants. And dude, and my favorite thing about the first... Well, I keep saying my favorite thing. There's so many favorite things about that game. But one of my favorite things about that game is... you know, all the forts... And how you can take the forts, you can take all the caves and all that shit, whatever. But shit, why can't I get up there? Come on, get up there. There you go. Like all the hideouts, the gang hideouts, I mean. Caves. Fucking caves. Called gang hideouts, bro. Get it right. But they at least could have had those, you know, like the mini games from the first game. They could have still had that. They could have had poker tables there and shit. But it was just that part was so low effort. So for that reason alone, I'd say this is a 9.9 out of 10. Actually, the story would be lower. It'd be 9.5. Yeah. Originally I gave it 10 out of 10, but now I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. honestly. It keeps getting lower because the more I think about it, this game has a lot of flaws. Like, it's most of it's just a shooting gallery, dude. Like, you go back and play it, it's just a shooting gallery. Except the open world. That's why I hate the missions. The missions are just shooting galleries. And I mean, I get it because the first game, the Red Dead Revolver, was literally just a shooting gallery. And the second game went a lot further, so much further. I mean, it's no resemblance to the first game. And I guess that's kind of the beauty of Red Dead. Each game doesn't really resemble the other. Dude, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just running around at this point because it's fun and I like talking to myself. But it's okay. Here, let's see what this person's saying here, because I feel kind of bad. How do you see the comments here? Let's see. Bro, it's great to see you back. Thank you, Donuts. I appreciate that. Yeah, that was funny. The women were horses. Yeah, GTA 6 is probably going to be woke. That's what they said in that article. They said we're toning down our humor or something to make it more acceptable, blah blah blah. So it is probably going to be woke, but hopefully it's woke in the way of like South Park, at least, where it's like so woke, like it's making fun of itself, and not like Saints Row, where it's just not great humor. I still liked Saints Row. Oh wow, you remember Holotapes Weekly? Shit, bro, you're from day one. Wow. Bonus points for you remembering that, dude. That was the very beginning with Jordan and Jordan. Dude, Jordan and Jordan. I have a lot of respect for them. The male Jordan kind of fell off the face of the earth. I have no clue what happened to him. But he was a very smart guy, super smart guy, and he was a good host. And then the female Jordan, I kept in touch with her for a long time. She is very smart as well, and very creative, and one of the nicest people you would ever talk to. And that was really great. And yeah, if I was more consistent, it would take off. I do have a lot of insight, thank you very much. And I have the insight because I know not a lot of people, but I know a good amount of people in the industry. And at this point, I know developers. Chris Avalone, me and him became pretty good friends. Obviously, I'm sure you know who that is. And he's made some of the greatest games of all time. I did so many interviews with him. And those got reported on by, big channels. I mean, hundreds of thousands of views, just from an interview. And this bear is just going to maul me to death for having a little ego moment here, and I'm gonna stab Cocaine Bear in the neck, and this turned into the Revenant really fast, but I think I got him. Oh, he's reeling. Now I shot him. Oh shit, bro. Now he's dead. That was a pretty epic moment right there. But now I'm gonna skin him too. But and that's one of the best moments in the game, very early on when you fight the bear and everything, and legendary bear. But yeah, and they always said, "Shut up, Monty! Shut up, Monty!" Yeah, they did. They did send it. But Monty has thick skin, so he could always take it. But just like that bear had thick skin too. But I mean, probably the coolest moment of my, I don't call it a career because it was never my career, it was like a passion. The coolest moment of my video game experience with YouTube and everything else was when I actually asked a question during the Fallout 4 stream, like the showcase and everything in 2015, and Todd Howard actually answered my question, and they read my handle to him at For All Out, which I actually just deleted my account because Twitter's just toxic at this point. I just deleted it. I might bring it back, but and Todd's like, "Oh, that's a cool name." And he's like, "I should have called Fallout 4 that." So what did I do? I'm actually working on a mod called for all that. It's in very early, it's just conceptual stages at this point, because mods are very difficult to actually finish. But it's going to take Fallout 4, and it's going to take the story that they wrote in it, and I'm going to twist it, and I'm going to make it more dark, more gritty. Which, if you remember this, I'm sure you remember the Survivor 2299, and that actually, I had a very, that brought everyone into the community. So everyone has kind of a different opinion. Some were like, oh, I hate that guy, fuck that guy. But that guy actually had some cool ideas, because he was originally, the whole point of that was to hype up his mod, which he was going to make the Survivor into a mod for Fallout 4. And he never got to do it because the guy just like got probably pressured into oblivion by Bethesda and hit with a cease and desist. But yeah, but basically he said all these, you know, cryptic messages and everything. Where's my, I guess I don't have my bow and arrow, but all these cryptic messages and everything, and it was like Quabbin Reservoir, blah 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 blah. You know, it's like strange noises coming from the Institute, and so basically I kind of want to take that and expand upon it, because it seemed like at that point when we weren't sure if it was real, but some people were like, oh, I think it's real. It's like, wow, this game sounds really dark, you know. And then the game came out, and it's more like comic book characters. Like Preston Garvey's just like a comic book character, just a caricature, and it's a shitty ass character, one of the worst characters ever made, probably one of the worst characters in the history of Fallout, if not the worst. And that's how horrible Preston Garvey is. But yeah, but the Institute had so much potential. It had so much potential. And they kind of fucked that up too, because the Institute doesn't really have an identity. It's like, what are they even doing? Like, why are they killing people, replacing them with clones? Why are they doing, why are they doing this? Father is just not much of a character because he's your son, and it's just very poorly done. It's very poorly done, and they make synth gorillas for some reason because it looked cool. And so I want to take the Institute, make them much darker, much more, you know, maniacal, like evil geniuses, because the Institute is supposed to be the smartest people left in all of humanity, and they're spending time making synth gorillas for some fucking reason. It makes no fucking sense, you know. So basically, in my version, the Institute wants to stay hidden, but at the same time they use the synths that they replace people with to have more control over the outside, and it's kind of like their eyes and ears. And so therefore they don't ever have to come to the surface. They don't have to worry about the surface. They don't care about the surface. They have their own utopia down underground. So they're not trying to like put their flag in Diamond City and, you know, wave their flag around, you know, because it's stupid. You know, they're sort of like the Illuminati. You know, they're heard but never seen. And that's basically how it would be in my game. You wouldn't even like go to the Institute. You wouldn't even go there unless you played a very specific character. I just tumbled down the hill, so I'm not focusing. But unless you had a high intelligence, unless you literally have 9+ intelligence, they're not going to let you into the Institute. You can't go there. And that's what the beauty of the old Fallout games was, is that it was all built around the special stats, and you could have a low intelligence playthrough, and you would barely talk. You would just and you can't do that in Fallout 4. So in my version you can. So it brings the low intelligence options back, and so you go up to a synth, except you're too dumb to realize it's a synth, and you're like, hey, can I get directions? And they're like, here, jump off this cliff, and it's like shit like that, and they just fuck with you. But if you have 9 intelligence or above, then you actually can get into the Institute because they want you there. They want you to help them. But you don't become the leader of it. There's someone else that's the leader. It's not your son. Because guess what? Everything, the prologue's still the same, because it'd be too hard to change anyway. The prologue's still exactly the same, but guess what? You are a synth. You are a synth the whole time. And I'm giving too much away. But it's okay, because most people aren't going to see this. They're just going to play the mod. But, and that's the big reveal, and I'm not sure when it would come, but at some point, it's like Morpheus in the Matrix, like this synth courser comes up to you, and he doesn't try to kill you because he knows exactly who you are. You're like basically, you're the most important character in the game because you're the player. So he's not going to just come up and kill you right away. He's going to say your recall code, and then you're just going to freeze. It's like you just kind of like collapse, and everything goes to black, and then you wake up in the Institute. But depending on your intelligence, if you have below 9, they're just going to throw you right out and go back to the world. So when you see it for like 5 seconds, you know, you just wake up like an operating table, and then they throw you back into the world. But if you have 9 or above, they're like, welcome, friend. We need your help. And that's a really cool way to do it, I think. I think that's much cooler. And but there's also, there's actually another way, too, to get in an Institute. If you have a luck of 10... they'll let you in too, because they'll be like, what the hell, are you like God or something? They'll just let you in. They'll just be like, well, we're just gonna let you in because weird stuff always, and you always seem to have the right thing happen at the right moment, so maybe you can help us. And that's the only point. They only want you in if you can help them. If you have strength 10, you're no help to them. You're no help to them, because they can build whatever they want. They can build, you know, the strongest person of all time, and so they don't need that. Perception 10, they don't need that. They have Perception 10. They all have Perception 10. All their stats are maxed out, basically. All their stats are maxed out. And then Endurance, they don't need that. They can just take a pill, and they don't need to eat, or they don't care about hardcore mode. They just take one pill, they're fine for the whole day. Charisma, it's important, but then you're more of a threat to them. So they don't really care about Charisma. And Agility, who gives a fuck about Agility? You just have more health points. Like, they just maxed out their own health points. They don't give a shit. They're literally pretty much invincible. They're pretty much invincible. But, like, when you get there, when you get to the Institute, you can try to take them down from the inside. It's very hard. It's nearly impossible. There's a couple ways to do it. You can do it the stupid way and go in guns blazing and try and shoot and kill them all, but it's literally trying to kill like a bunch of like overpowered god mode characters like, you know, you are in Bethesda games. So it's really freaking difficult. It's like Dark Souls level of difficulty. Or you can try to do it a smart way and take them down methodically using speech checks and lie to them and, you know, kind of play chess against them basically the whole time. And that's basically how you do it, because once you get there, they kind of let you like recreate yourself. You can like adjust your character. You can adjust all your stats, all your skills. Like in sort of like in 76, how you have the different cards, you know, and you can always switch between the cards and change your character and everything. You can do that at the Institute. You can switch around all your perks, all your skills. You can switch around your special stats as much as you want. You can max them all out. You can have them all at one. You know, it's like, and that's I think a much more interesting way of doing it. It's very inspired by like Westworld, you know, because Bethesda just goes half-assed with everything. They think like they're geniuses. I mean, Todd Howard's a very smart guy. He's a really great designer, but he wasn't so into Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was Emil Pagularo's, however you say his last name, game. That was his game because he was from Boston. So he wrote the whole thing. He designed most of it. Todd was like, yeah, that's good, Emil. Yeah, that's good. But Todd was already working on Starfield. He was in the conceptual stages of Starfield, you know, during that time. And Starfield is Todd Howard's game. That's why I think it looks really good. Because he actually went back, you know, because Emil made some terrible decisions. He made some terrible decisions. And Todd approved it, but they made terrible decisions. With the speech, you know, only 4 options at a time. The dialogue wheel was just such a terrible idea. The settlement mode's fun. It's fun. I played the shit out of it. I built a whole boardwalk on Spectacle Island. It was really fun, but it took away from the rest of the game. It took so much away from the rest of the game. Because instead of going into a bunch of locations with, you know, unique characters, unique quests, it was all just basically the same. Another settlement needs your help. And, but the story was better. The story was better than other Bethesda games, in my opinion. The story is better than Skyrim's story. Is it better than Fallout 3's story? I mean, Fallout 3 has a lot of inconsistencies. It's nostalgia that makes you think it's really good, but I would actually say Fallout 4 is the better writing than Fallout 3. But Fallout 3 is better in pretty much every other way. Time's up! Yeah, but that's a, I guess, end rant there. But Starfield looks really, really great, I gotta say. Because they actually went back and made a whole new dialogue system that there's a mini game. It's basically a mini game where, you know, I don't even know how to describe it, but, you know, if you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. But, and the one thing I'm worried about is the procedural generation. And when they say 1,000 planets, it's like, see that mountain, climb that mountain, it just works, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's that sort of thing. But obviously, some of the planets are just going to be completely empty. There's not going to be anything on them. And that's how the universe is. Some planets are just completely empty. There's nothing on them but some resources, if you're lucky. And some are just like gas giants. You can't really go on them. You just go around them and whatever. You fly through them a little bit and you leave. But, you know, I just hope there's enough unique content there, which at this point it does kind of seem that way. I think there is enough unique content there, but because they have I forget what the city's called. They have the big city, they have a smaller city, they even have I think the solar system. I think you can actually go to our solar system, I'm pretty sure, like sort of like, was it not Elite Dangerous, Star Citizen. So, like, I think Starfield's going to be really good. It's going to have usual Bethesda problems. It's going to have a lot of bugs, I'm sure. Hopefully it's not as bad as 76 at launch. But it probably will be bad at launch, because that's why they keep delaying it. They're like, we can't fix all these bugs. There's a whole fucking universe full of them, and they're breaking the game. So that's what... And Todd is a very ambitious guy. He's a very ambitious thinker. And they usually have to scale him down to size, but this game he's like, fuck it, I'm just going for it. You know, I'm gonna make the biggest game I can possibly make. It's also gonna have unique content in it. And so, I don't even know what I'm doing there, but just fell off the ladder. That was pretty funny. But, so I have high hopes for Starfield, but, it looks like it's going to have another delay, but I think it was originally supposed to launch, you know, last year, 11/11, and then they pushed it back. They were trying to hit the first half, but it doesn't look like they're going to hit the first half, because my good friend Volta Daedalus, who's now one of their big content managers, community managers, what have you, said that they're not even done with the showcase yet. They're not even done preparing for their next gameplay reveal. So that doesn't inspire me with confidence. I'm pretty sure this game at the earliest is releasing probably 11/11 this year. That'd be my guess. That's what I'm guessing at this point. And I originally guessed it'd be like middle of this year, but there's no way, dude. We're in March already, and they haven't even shown that they haven't had another gameplay showcase yet. I'd be shocked if it releases before the end of the year. I don't think it'll be pushed to next year. But, have a good one, bro. But, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end this stream soon anyway, because I've just been like running around doing nothing. But, yeah, this is how I get my opinions out these days on games. And I'm gonna stream the hell out of Starfield, that's for sure. I'm gonna stream my whole reaction to it and everything like that. And yeah, hopefully we get to play it before the end of the year. That would be great. And maybe sooner rather than later. I could be wrong. You know, because they surprise released, what was that game called? The new Arcane game, or not Arcane, fuck, Tango Gameworks. Their new game. Whatever it's called, the comic book looking game, and I didn't get to play it because I don't have a new Xbox yet, but it looked really good. I heard good things from Matt, and if they were to just surprise release Starfield, like, you know, and be like, oh, it's available now, I think that'd be awesome, just digitally, and then they do the physical release after. I've been screaming at them to do that for years, and they finally did it with the game. They finally surprise released a game, because they do it with music albums all the time. The artist is just like, oh, my album just dropped, download it now. And that's what they should do, but they're not going to do it with this game, because there's too much riding on it. They want to play it safe. But I think with Elder Scrolls 6, assuming Starfield's a success, You know, because they announced that game way too early for shock value. They announced it way too early. Back in like 2017, 2018 they announced that game. And it's been 5 years. We haven't heard nothing about it since. So it's going to be like 10 years until we get gameplay of it from the moment it was announced. So they announced it way too early. So what I would do with Elder Scrolls 6, it doesn't need to market. You don't need to market Elder Scrolls 6. It markets itself. So just surprise release it. Just be like, boom, Elder Scrolls 6 is available right now. Like at Xbox E3, you can play Elder Scrolls 6 right now in 2025 or 2026. It'll probably be 2026 because of the 6. So I would say E3 2026, Elder Scrolls 6 available right now, digitally, and then physical release a week or two later. Because it takes a while to make the discs and everything, but not many people really play discs anyway. I'll just get the disc because I want to put it on my shelf. And that's how Bethesda would completely break the internet. It would literally probably break Twitter. Like, Twitter would be broken, dude. It would be broken. Like, it'd be nuts. I'd be, what? They'd be like, what? People be going crazy. It'd be like that Office meme. You know, everyone's just like going crazy. But and if they actually did that, dude, because I mean, it's gonna make $1 billion in the first 3 days, no matter what. You know, no marketing at all, it still would. So, you know, like Elon Musk said, he said if you have a good product, it markets itself. So that's my final message to Bethesda Game Studios. If you don't do that, you're kind of stupid, honestly, because the marketing for Starfield has been kind of bad because it's just so inconsistent. Like, it's just all over the place. You never know when you're going to see something, and that's part of the fun, is the mystery of it. But Fallout 4 had so much hype behind it because 6 months announced to release, boom, and it was so well done. But now they're owned by Xbox. Xbox telling them to do one thing, they want to do another thing. There's internal strife going on. You know, some people got fired, some people are leaving, and that's what happens when you sell yourself out to another company. They start to take the reins and do what they want. But at least Xbox made a few good moves with these showcases, these mini showcases. It was really well done. Redfall looks really good. I'm excited to play Redfall, except it's always online, which really sucks. That's a terrible thing to do because eventually the game will be dead and no one will be able to play it. And hopefully Bethesda doesn't ever do that with a Bethesda Game Studios game. Well, I guess they kind of already did with Fallout 76, but no one really cares about that pile of trash. Just don't do it again. And yeah, so I'm definitely gonna play Redfall 2 when I can, and I'm trying to get a Steam Deck right now, and then I'll play that too. So until then, stay thirsty, my friends. Sayonara. Shit, how do I turn this shit off? But don't forget to like and subscribe the video if you hear this. How the hell do I forget how to turn it off.